Canucks fans, the winds of change may be blowing through Vancouver as we hear whispers of a potential trade involving one of our defensemen. With the recent emergence of fellow blue liner Marcus Pettersson pushing others down the depth chart, is it time for the Canucks to shake things up? You won't want to miss what this could mean for our playoff ambitions. Stick around, and if you're passionate about the Canucks, hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Carson Soucy is officially on the trade block, and as a passionate Vancouver Canucks fan, I've got to say, this news hits hard. It's no secret that Soucy has been a solid addition to our defense since joining from the Seattle Kraken. But with the arrival of Marcus Pettersson and the resurgence of Elias Pettersson, it seems like the Canucks have some tough decisions to make. The left side of our defense is getting crowded, which has pushed Soucy down to the third pairing, something that's not ideal for a player of his caliber. Reports from insiders like Elliotte Friedman suggest that the Canucks are actively shopping Soucy. Now, this is quite a pivot from where we were just a little while ago. Back in September 2022, the Edmonton Oilers were on the verge of acquiring him. So much so that they even had a jersey made up for him. Imagine that. They saw him as a perfect fit to bolster their playoff push. And who could blame them? Soucy brings a gritty style of play that every team needs, especially one looking to make a deep run in the postseason. But now the question is, has that interest resurfaced, and would it be wise for the Canucks to entertain the idea of sending him to a division rival? It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, moving Soucy could free up some cap space and allow for a more balanced lineup, especially if he's not getting the ice time he deserves. But on the other hand, trading him to a team like the Oilers could come back to haunt us in the long run. They're a contender, and giving them a player who can contribute right away feels risky. And honestly, I'm torn about this. Do we want to strengthen our rivals while losing a solid defender? The emotional roller coaster is real. One thing to consider is Soucy's contract situation. He's got 2 seasons left at $3.25 million per year, which isn't too shabby for a defenseman of his skill set. However, with a full no-trade clause this year and a limited 12-team no-trade clause next year, it complicates things. Can the Canucks find a suitable trade partner who can meet the criteria and provide value in return? That's a question that needs to be answered quickly, as we're not the only team looking to make moves right now. If the Oilers do come calling again, it puts the Canucks front office in a tough spot. Ideally, they'd prefer not to trade him within the division. But if the right offer comes along, could they really say no? Soucy could be a significant asset for them, especially if they're looking to shore up their defensive core. The market is always shifting in the NHL, and teams are always looking for that missing piece to push them over the edge. As I sit here analyzing the situation, I can't help but think about what the future holds for the Canucks. We've been through so much in the last few seasons, and each decision the front office makes carries weight. Will trading Soucy set us back, or will it be a strategic move that ultimately helps us in the long run? It's a balancing act, and the stakes are high. The Vancouver Canucks are making waves lately, and I'm here to break down what it all means for us fans. Recently, NHL insider Elliotte Friedman dropped some significant news. Our own Carson Soucy, a top 4 defenseman, has been placed on the trade block. After the Canucks made a series of moves, including the surprising trade of JT Miller, the team is undergoing a bit of a transformation, and it seems Soucy is the odd man out. Now, let's think about that for a second. Soucy has had a tough year, but let's not forget how solid he was for us last season. He was a key player during the playoffs, contributing in ways that often go unnoticed. The whispers from Friedman indicate that the team is reshaping its defense, and with that, they've made it clear that Soucy might not fit into their future plans. It's a tough pill to swallow for those of us who appreciate what he brings to the table. At a cap hit of $3.25 million for this season and next, Soucy is a reasonably priced option for teams looking to bolster their defensive lineup. Sure, his offensive production has dipped a bit this year, with only 2 goals and 6 assists in 51 games, but he's still a defensive stalwart. Those 83 blocked shots and 76 hits showcase his commitment to shutting down opponents. Plus, his career numbers are pretty impressive. 25 goals, 57 assists, and a +156 rating over 341 games. He's proven capable of contributing offensively, like when he notched 21 points during his time in Seattle. The Canucks are clearly trying to find their identity, and it raises a question in my mind. Is trading Soucy the right path forward? On the one hand, I understand the need to make space for new players and new strategies. On the other hand, letting go of reliable defensemen can be a gamble. I mean, do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. Carson has shown he can contribute, and the chemistry he has developed with other players shouldn't be overlooked. Teams like the Toronto Maple Leafs, Edmonton Oilers, and Florida Panthers could definitely use a player like Soucy. He's a trusted option, and I can see him fitting in seamlessly with any of those rosters. As fans, we need to consider what this means for our squad. If Soucy leaves, who steps into that role? Will it be a younger player, or is there another trade in the works? General Manager Patrick Allvin has some tough choices ahead. Every move he makes could either lead us closer to our dreams of playoff hockey or push us further away. The stakes are high, and as passionate fans, we feel every bit of it. The Canucks are on the hunt for a new identity, but the question lingers: what does that look like, and how do we get there? I've seen the debates online, and I want to hear from you. What do you think about this potential trade? Are you in favor of moving Soucy, or do you believe he should stay and help anchor our defense? Your thoughts matter, and I want to know how you feel. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Let's get the conversation going. If you appreciate the insights and want to stay updated on all things Vancouver Canucks, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Together, let's navigate this thrilling ride that is Canucks hockey.